For this panel discussion, I will like to invite the moderator, Dr. Bhagirath Solanki. He is a professor of medicine, BJMC, Ahmedabad, and treasurer of Association of Physicians of India, that is API, Gujarat chapter since 2018.
Good evening. There is a session here regarding the technology and diabetes, and for that I am going to call Dr. Rikin, who is MBBS and DNB family. What? Okay. Okay. Saru. Rebuttal will be afterwards. So, Dr. Nimmi Mulwani, she is a practicing diabetologist, an endocrinologist, founder, consultant diabetologist for Nimmi's Diabetes Care, expertise and special interest in management and prevention of all type of diabetes, type 1, type 2 in elderly, pregnancy and COVID-induced hyperglycemia.
That's okay, sir.
And she is going to talk for the technology, because you see, we were earlier living in a mechanical era, then came the electronics, and now is the digital era. So digital era have many advances and advancement, and how they are going to impact and utilizable for the diabetes management, that she is going to talk.
Just
Your time starts now.
Just timer ચાલુ કરતા પહેલા I just need two quick answers. અહીંયા બેઠેલા કેટલાને એવું લાગે છે કે yes we are ready for technology in diabetes? અને કેટલાને એવું લાગે છે કે આપણે ખરેખર રેડી નથી? ઇન્ડિયા હજી પણ એ જ પછાત દેશ છે જે આજથી 40 વર્ષ પહેલા હતો, before the computers, laptops came. So we are not ready. આઈ સાહેબ આપણે બેઠેલા એમને તો જે લાગતું હોય. અને with that, let's start. That are we ready for tech-driven algorithm in diabetes management? Of course, yes. Before I go into my lecture, we all have been attending DTech, which is Diabetes in Technology, with Dr. Bansi sir for 4 years now. So this is how the old technology was, and this is how we are currently living in 2025. This is the life before algorithm. This was the phones, handheld phones, paper maps. કોઈના ઘરે એક કમ્પ્યુટર હોય ત્યાં જવાનું, ફેક્સ મશીન હોય, રેડિયો કેસેટ્સ હોય, ઘોડાગાડી બળદગાડી હોય, અને ગ્રોસરી લેવા માટે કોઈ કિરાણાની દુકાને લાઈન લગાડવાની. Now this is our life after algorithm. Now we all have smartphones. Now we all use Google Map navigation system. We all are having MacBooks. Rikin sir. We all are using Alexa for setting the reminders to listen to music. We all drive AI-enabled cars, Mahindra, Mercedes, Hyundai, Honda, Baddama ABS system che, which is algorithm. And of course, we know the great food war, Zomato, Swiggy, Blinkit. It's just one click away. So how algorithm have made our life easier? Daily convenience ma, we are using navigation apps, search engine, recommendation in Netflix and Prime Videos, finance and shopping, flagging of spam calls, dynamic pricing on hotel booking, travel, personalized ads and recommendation on Amazon and Flipkart and Nykaa. Communication ma, that matches our interest. Google that translates any language to any language, removing the language barrier. A person who is born and brought up in Rajasthan can very well go into Kerala and make them understand in their local language. So language is no more a barrier. Smart homes and phones, Siri, Alexa are just one tip away from setting an alarm to switching on an AC in your home. You use algorithm. આપણી જાણ બહાર કેટલી જગ્યાએ ટેક બેઝડ એલ્ગોરિધમ્સ વાપરીએ છીએ એ આ વાંચ્યા પછી આપણને લાગશે. સેફટી એન્ડ ટ્રાવેલ, ABS system in your car, aviation industries that relies heavy in algorithms. Now we get a cab faster than drinking a cup of tea. So did this algorithm actually made our life better? Convenient? Yes. Better? No. This is the rise of NCD post 1990. Post 1990, we are using the algorithms more frequently and more commonly. So if you see now, NCD now account for more than 74% of global death. We have been talking about practical diabetology since morning 9 o'clock, and we have already established that diabetes, obesity, and CVD form a dangerous triad often occurring together, which is called metabolic syndrome. We had a whole panel on it. Obesity prevalence has tripled since 1975, seeing a sharp rise since 1990. Childhood obesity rose tenfold since 1975. Rucha Ma'am Bansi sir will agree to me that we are seeing more fat children. We are seeing more obese children, but most rapid increase in 1990 to 2020. So this is the actual condition. This is a table where what was the prevalence in 1990 versus what is the prevalence raised in 2024. If you see in diabetes, 3 to 4 times prevalence is more. Obesity, 5 to 10 times prevalence is increased in only 20-25 years. CVD, 2 times the total burden and modest rate rising. Cancer, 2 times the burden increase. Hypothyroidism, 10 to 11% of adults are currently living with hypothyroidism, and the trend is still rising. NAFLD, NASH, from negligible liver diseases to now 40% NAFLD and significant NASH emergencies. Now, how can we use algorithm, or where do we use algorithm in healthcare? We use it at clinical level for diagnosis, for treatment, and for monitoring of the disease. At system level, we use it at hospital management and to use for resource allocation. ક્યાં કેટલા ICU માં કેટલા બેડ ખાલી છે અને એ ટ્રાયાજ ઉપરથી કોને એલોકેટ કરી શકાય છે. Population level પર public health, epidemiology and prevention of disease can be achieved with algorithms in technology. So screening and risk prediction, we all know Q-risk ratios. We know the risk calculators. We are using now population screening models with EMR and lab data. Laboratory data algorithms can now flag abnormal results. AI imaging tool can detect retinopathy, nephropathy in fraction of seconds and can alert your doctor. Treatment optimization, we all are very, very versed with closed loop insulin pump and lifestyle apps. Monitoring and alerts, CGM recently launched Freestyle Libre 2+, which he very nicely put a status arguing against algorithm. Smartphone linked glucometers, we have now Beto glucometers, we have wearable device. All of us are wearing a watch like this. What is this? Nothing but a technology-based algorithm. Patient engagement and education, chat bots, virtual coaches, AI reminders for medication, glucose check, physical activity. Most of the pharma companies that come and meet us present to us such AI chatbots for our patient welfare and enrichment. And we all use it, left, right, and center. That is technology-based algorithm. What can we expect from tech-based algorithm to help us with? To improve self-management, to reduce hospital admission, to enhance the quality and accessibility of care, early detection, real-time management, personalized care, and low-cost delivery models. This all can be achieved with tech-based algorithms if used correctly in diabetes management. So, algorithm in diabetes can transform the care from reactive to proactive and predictive, preventing complication and optimizing therapy daily. Why tech-based algorithm care is promising, especially in diabetes management. We are way past the era where we manage only the sugar, but right now we manage the patient. So we need early detection, individualized therapy, hyperglycemia prevention. We need telemedicine and AI triage that can extend specialist access to rural India. A person sitting in a very small town or tier 3 place of India can very well have a direct consultation with Dr. Bansi sir, Dr. Dhruvi, Dr. Smruti and all of us at any time. That is tech-based algorithm. Task shifting. If we empower our primary care provider or health worker to manage stable cases of diabetes, Dr. Mehul Chelat was talking very fondly that the primary care physicians or the GPs, CPs are actually shrinking. Their OPD levels are shrinking. We can enhance it. We can help them. We can teach them how to manage the stable cases and be present on teleconsultation as and when need basis. Population health monitoring, standardization of care, algorithm enforced guideline-based therapy. How many times we have seen prescription of 2 dapagliflozin in one prescription? 2 SGLT2, 2 DPP4, 8, 12, 16 grams of glimepiride, it bleeds our heart. When we see such prescription, this can prevent it. So are we ready? Are we as humans, as Indians, as proud Indians ready? Hell yes. So there are AI-based apps like Beto, Healthify Me, Wealthy already offer personalized diet, glucose logging and medication reminder. There are government initiatives for the National Digital Health Mission and Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. They are pushing the EMR standardization so we can see our data retrospectively. Research, Indian trials of algorithm-driven lifestyle coaching and teleendocrinology show improved HbA1c in urban middle-class population. Here is a list of trials that proves that using tech-based algorithm not only improves HbA1c, but improves time in range, flag any hypoglycemia, and one can be saved. The life of a patient can be saved. So why are we not using it? इतना अगर सब कुछ अच्छा है तो फिर क्यों नहीं है हम सबके हाथ में वो टेक्नोलॉजी? डेटा क्वालिटी, फ्रेगमेंटेशन ऑफ EMR, what EMR I use versus what EMR Dr. Dhruvi uses versus what EMR Dr. Rikin uses can be completely different. So algorithm need large accurate data set. So what we are doing with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, EMR standardization is rolled out. Soon in 3 to 5 years, we all will have one standardized Indian EMR system, much like the USA, which actually enhances our patient care, reduces our time flipping through the reports. Cost and access, CGM, smart insulin pumps, and advanced apps remain unaffordable for most patients. Yes, tech may widen inequality if not subsidized. Now it is not in my hand or your hand to subsidize CGM, but cost of digital tools are actually dropping. But just remember olden days, before CGM, one episode of hypoglycemia, landing the patient in ER, admitting for 3 days, the cost is much higher than one CGM device. Digital literacy. Many patients, especially rural patients, lack smartphone literacy. Physicians are often reluctant to trust AI. We all are. So adoption depends on usability. Yes, but do we know that right now 75% people of India are using a smartphone? If you have an app that translates into your local language, speaks the words that you speak, can flash the words that you can read, imagine the usability. So user can adapt to tools if they are simple in local language, and right now we have technology that is growing. Yes, it takes time, but we are on the way. Regulation and ethics. There is no clear India-specific framework for AI in clinical decision support, which raises the question of accountability and liability. But before the COVID, there was so much hodgepodge on telemedicine. There were no clear regulation. Right now there is. So the country is evolving, so are we. So right now the regulations are evolving, and there is NDHM and CDSCO which are actively actively drafting guidelines as I speak. Regulation and ethics we covered. Now comes the integration part. Few hospitals integrate AI tools with pharmacy, lab, and EMR system, which limits the real-time decision making. If today's my talk can encourage one person to use one EMR that integrates with their lab, their pharmacy, when a doctor sitting in their chamber, by pressing one button, can alert the pharmacy to dispatch the correct medicine, imagine how many prescription errors or medical store errors can be saved. How many times this has happened when you write a pantoprazole and the patient has been given prednisolone by mistake? By mistake. But how many such errors, fatal errors, can be saved if we have one integrated tech-based algorithm? So, to conclude, by combining clinical wisdom with technology, we are ready to make diabetes care smarter, faster, and more personalized. And I'm 2 minutes, 55 seconds far. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nimi Mulani madam.